Hello, 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 party people. Hey, it's your host, Matt Morgan, and you are listening to Car Musings. How's everybody doing today? I'm curious. How is everybody doing today? And it's that time. I mean, at the time I'm recording this, it's the summer still. Actually, it's about a week or two into August. But I know you guys don't listen to this on delay, as I said, once you get closer to it. Anyways, I'm your host, Matt Morgan. You're listening to Car Musings. And how is your integrity today? How are you doing? How's life going in your neck of the woods? Today, I want to talk to you about fashion. Yes, today's topic is about fashion. And what the hell is it? That is, and I'll tell you, there's reasons why I want to talk about this. Okay, fashion. And I know it's a weird topic. Why would you be talking about fashion? But let me. I want to touch bases on this. I want to actually talk about this because I don't think it really. You know, I don't think people understand it. But let's get into this topic today. But before that, how's your integrity? Everything's good. I hope everybody's doing well. Me still doing the job hunting, still looking, still searching. And hey, if you want to help out in my mission to help keep me afloat, please, by all means, check out themadmorgan.com. Yes, themadmorgan.com. Articles, resources, everything else. Oh, yes, and we also have a support us and donation section. If you'd be so kind, if you're willing to help us out, I'd appreciate that. Thank you very much. At least to cover the expenses for the show, are roughly about $150 a month. I would appreciate that. Helps alleviate some of the stress. But hey, share us, tell people about us, all that fun stuff. I'd greatly appreciate that as well. Anyways, where are we at? Fashion, fashion, fashion. I'll tell you why I bring this up, because I've been told I'm not the most fashionable person. I don't know about fashion. I shouldn't talk about fashion. I am not an authority. I should not talk about it. I should have no opinion on it. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, okay. Sorry, I'm going to have a little talking coming on here. So, need to lubricate the mouth here. All right. Am I the most fashionable? No. I've never given way to fashion. Because what is fashion? It's a waste of time. It really is. Fashion is simply some person's idea of what a trend should be, or people should dress a certain way. And you know who's benefiting from this? Let me tell you who's benefiting from this. It is, in all words of big business and the fashion industry and makeup and clothes and everybody else. These are the people that are benefiting from this. And the reason is because people are sheep. And they know this. They build a name for themselves about being the trendsetters and the fashion setters and the influential people that should determine what people wear and look and everything else. It's like, do people actually need to be guided in such simple ways as to the clothes to frickin' put on to start your day? I don't understand that. Why do I need to have somebody tell me what I should wear in the morning? Why do I have to have somebody to tell me what I should be looking like during the day? And what accessories I should be wearing, what shoes I should be wearing with what pants, or what shirts I should be wearing with the rest of my outfit? Who has the frickin' right to be able to tell me what works and what doesn't? Now, I've always said, I'm more about function than fashion. And this is true. I am more about function than fashion. I don't care about fashion, because fashion's not always practical. It really isn't. It is absolutely stupid at times. The fact that people are giving so much power to these individuals who dictate what is considered appropriate and what is considered the right thing to be wearing and acting and I mean, that's just pathetic. And what gets me is those people that are sheep enough to be able to friggin' follow these individuals who have stated themselves as being the authority on this. And the people is so manipulable that they get manipulated to the point that they follow it. Like, really? And I really love it when it's like those. And I know I'm fortunate enough, some very strong, independent, confident, you know, well together people in my life, women on that account. And the thing is that I sit there and I look at them and I'm like, do you not realize that the majority of the fashion industry is ran by, let's go, buddy, is ran by males. So pretty much you are letting a man decide what you should wear, how you should act, the makeup you should wear, the outfits, the shoes, the purse, the accessories, everything else. So you say you're a strong, independent feminist or whatever, but not realizing the majority of the influence that is actually influencing your everyday comes from a male. Do you not see the funny part about that? Now, let's not even get into the fashion industry and the impact it actually has on the world stage when it comes to the pollution, the effect it has on the ecological system because of all the chemicals, because of the waste, because of all those elements. Let's not even get into that conversation because that has another severe impact. Forget about the whole principle of the whole thing. Forget about the whole, you know, the ethical side of things. Like, forget about all that stuff. It's simply just a matter of. Forget about all that stuff. You have to actually think about the other impact of it. Like, that's the thing. A lot of people don't realize that other than the moralistic side of it, you're looking at, economical side of it, because fashion is completely overpriced. There's no reason why you should be paying outrageous amounts of money for some of these fashions, which really, again, big business is getting rich. Above everything else, big business is the one that's getting rich. So you have people that are crafting and making these fashionable items and getting pennies on the dollar. The health conditions that they have to go through, all that element is another factor that has to be kept into consideration. You're looking at, okay, so the materials are cheaply made. They're not very efficient. They are not very safe. Going to cheap labor to actually make the items. Once the items are actually made, they're shipped out and they're inflated in price. Fair enough. So far, I'm not seeing a lot of positives. Then you see the influence, of course, on emotional, psychological. You're seeing about the fact that people are so wrapped up in the whole thing about the need to not suffer FOMO and miss out on all this stuff like that. So that's the other aspect that has to be thought about, because people go through great lengths to actually be fashionable so they're not left out. So they prioritize the fashion in order to fit in above all the other elements, all the other things they should be taking care of. You're looking at the self-esteem aspect because people have a tendency to feel down upon themselves because they can't keep up with the Joneses. It's a vicious friggin' cycle. It really is. If some of the elements of what I've actually stated haven't actually, like, brought to light things, haven't actually assisted and for you to understanding how fashion is not very practical and doesn't make sense at all, then you're pretty thick. You really are. Because the thing is that realistically, fashion is nothing more than one person's opinion that you are giving into and actually allowing somebody else to dictate what it is that you should be doing, what you should be wearing, your actions, your behaviors, your everything. It doesn't make sense to me. But people still fall for it. And oh, heaven forbid that you should be out of that element. Heaven forbid you should be, not following the trendsetters. I mean, you're just missing out. You are just, you know, not fashionable. You are just not in the know. You are just not so many things, because the fact is that, you're not following the right ways of doing things. You know what I'm saying? And that's one thing I just find is absolutely ridiculous, that people give into this. Give me a good pair of jeans and a nice shirt, and I'm happy. I'm cool with that. You know what? I'm absolutely good with that. A nice relaxed shirt, some socks that are comfortable. I don't need to be fashionable. I don't need the name brands, because let me tell you, have you ever looked at the materials that go in to one or the other? It doesn't mean one's worse and one's better. It just means that somebody slapped a name on it, and oh my God, it's fashionable, and oh my God, it's got to be 10 times better, but it's not. Like, I found Kmart, well, sorry, some of you probably won't get that, but Kmart level or Walmart level type cheap socks that are actually better quality. And socks, I'm using an example, but I've seen better quality. Now, my wife would argue, of course, this, but I've seen better quality in cheaper stuff, because the name brand stuff necessarily isn't the better quality. Some people will argue that point, and I will argue it in the sense that if you actually go to a tailor and they custom made a suit for you, okay, fine. I can understand that would be better quality because of the craftsmanship that's put into it. That makes sense to me, okay? But the thing is that when it comes to the other aspects of it, as far as the material goes, the quality goes. Sorry, I have some asshole making noise pollution. All these other elements. Fucking people, have a little consideration. Where was I on this? There's not necessarily better quality. Oh, you're not gonna let me go? Okay. Fuck you, buddy. Bitch. There's not better quality. There really isn't. So again, it's just you are blindly believing this stuff. You are blindly accepting that this is the way it is. My daughter does this all the time. She sees something on a TV show, and she's book smart. Not life smart, but book smart. She will see something that's presented on a show, a famous person, or, a celebrity or something like that, and they're wearing the makeup a certain way, or they're rocking this and rocking that. They don't really realize that that's not practical in the real world, but they do it anyways because, oh my God, I saw it in the show, I saw it on Slut Island, I saw it on Suits, I saw it here, I saw it there. Oh well, I'm going to emulate that, because if I look like that and I wear my makeup stupidly like that, and if I would dress like that, then I'm going to have the same success as they are. Oh, I'm going to live the life that they're doing. They associate this fashion with success. That's what they associate it with. Oh, okay, if I dress like that, if I act like that, if I have the fashion like that, I'm going to be successful. Well, no, not necessarily. You're automatically associating that if you do this, you get that. It doesn't work that way. That's where you have to really separate yourself from, when it comes to the fashion aspect of it, the media aspect of it, the influential aspect of it. These are all just lies that they try to tell you. And you automatically think that, oh, well, if this equals this equals this, I get that. And then how disappointed are you when you do all that? You look like a clown. You look stupid. you've graded yourself, because I'm sorry, but belly button piercings are nothing more than for strippers and prostitutes, in my opinion. Having worked in that world and known people of that element, yeah, that's kind of how it is. But try telling that to your current teenager. They don't want to believe it because they saw it in a show, and the girl who had it, oh, well, I tell you, she was so successful. She was awesome. You should have seen what she was able to do. You should have seen the life she had and all the guys that liked her and everything else. So you're automatically thinking that if you emulate that behavior, you're going to have the same results. Well, it's a nice thought. Whether or not it actually happens is a different story, and the reality of it is pretty much next to nil. Because it doesn't work that way, right? It doesn't work that way. That's not the way the real world works. It would be nice if you could put on a friggin', I don't know, polo shirt, and before you know it, you're a millionaire. That would be awesome. Why could everybody be out going out buying polo shirts? Absolutely. Everybody would. Like, if life was that simple, hell yeah. Oh, well, if I put the hair on top of my head or to the side of my head and paint a duck on it, well, shit, I'm going to be the next famous person coming out with a musical album. Again, doesn't work that way. Fashion is a lie. It only matters to those people that get suckered into the illusion. It really is. The way it is, that's how it is. The ones that are suckered into the illusion are the ones that are actually going to go ooh and ah and everything else, thinking that it's so freaking great, when in reality it's not. Reality is just one big lie. But if you're willing to get suckered into it, okay, that's fine. Get suckered into it. Believe the lie. Believe that's the way it is. Go for it. By the end of the day, when it doesn't work out because you followed this step and wore this outfit, put your makeup this way, bought those shoes, overpriced for a fucking bag on your shoulder, and, drank a certain boba tea, how you've done all those elements and it didn't work out for you like it did for Kim Kardashian, well, shit. Don't mind me if I laugh at you, because I am going to laugh at you. That goes without saying. I am going to laugh at you. I am going to laugh at you like there's no tomorrow. Because I'm going to be like, you really fell for that. Like, I understand when you're young, you believe that miracles happen, and you believe that everything happens magically and instantly, and everything's going to be awesome. You believe this, right? You truly believe this. But the reality is that's not the way the real world works. It takes hard work, determination. It takes, blood, sweat, and tears, and some luck. If you manage to do all that, then yeah, you can live that illusion that you want to live. You can get to that point if you truly think that that's where you want to be. I say fine. Great. Awesome. But to live in the illusion of thinking that, well, if I buy these shoes, wear my hair this way, and paint my nose purple, that, instantly magic is going to happen. It doesn't work that way. And the only people that you're impressing are the fucking people that are so sold on the whole concept and idea of this fashion. Right? Like, only the sheep that are buying it are the ones that are buying it, so to speak, and doing it. I love my wife. That's fine. She wants to be fashionable and wear the brands and everything else. Guess what? She works hard for it. She's beyond the illusion that, it just happens magically. She's worked hard. She's got her education. She's busted her ass. She does everything right. She does what she has to do. She has figured out a long time ago that it doesn't just happen instantly, magically, by putting on a pair of, name brand jeans, right? And so, hey, if she's already done that field work and already had the reality check, and if she wants to go out and spend $1,000 on a fucking purse, who am I to say shit? I'm not. That is her right, her her happiness, and I applaud her for it. I think it's great that you can actually do that. I think it's great that amongst all the bullshit you see, because my daughter falls for the bullshit all the time, like some of the ridiculous outfits and everything else she wears, it's just incredible. But I'm not allowed to have an opinion because whenever I laugh at my kid because I say that's pretty ridiculous, my wife says, you don't have any opinion, you don't have any fashion sense. You know what? I used to have a fashion sense. But I came to the quick realization of what's the freaking point? Who am I impressing? Oh, I want to look good for myself. Fuck, I look good anyways. It's your attitude that matters. Fuck the outfit you're wearing. I've proven that time and time again. It's your attitude that matters. It's how you think about yourself and the confidence that you carry. Fuck the rest of it. You want to try to tell me that it all comes down to, the friggin' the handbag on my fucking arm? No, no, no. It comes down to the attitude in which you carry, the state of confidence you have within yourself. Like, that's what matters. Like, what's at the end of the day, what are you trying to do? Attract yourself? Feel good about yourself? Okay, fine. But ultimately, I'm going to be harsh here, but the reality is, the whole point of dressing like a fucking peacock and fluttering your friggin' feathers is basically to attract a friggin' mate. Let's just cut to the chase here. That's pretty much what it is. It is to cut to the chase. Cut to the chase. It's cut to the friggin' getting some, procreating, whatever the case may be. That's what it comes down to. And don't try to tell me any differently. Because if you try to tell me any differently, I'm just going to call you a friggin' liar. Because that's just not the way it is. Right? Oh, shit. I'm not going there. Okay. Oh, the traffic on the Queensways. Okay. So, don't try to tell me it's nothing more than the fact that you're looking to get dick or be dicked or whatever the case may be. That's all it comes down to. Forget about all this other stuff. Oh, I want to feel good about myself. I want to present myself in the best light. I want to look professional. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, if you've gotten around all the magical bullshit, thinking that, if I do wear these certain outfits and paint my nose purple and everything else, if you've gotten around all of that as being, the magic solution to get your end result, fair enough. Great. I applaud those that have worked hard, earned where they actually should be, and actually have, decided that they want to dress in finer fabrics and have a certain appearance. Because they're not fooled with the illusion of thinking that it's magically all going to come together. Right? They did the hard work, determination, and they decide, you know what? I want to wear this makeup this way, and I want to wear this particular kind of clothes, and I want to wear these kind of shoes, and I want to drive this kind of car. Great. If you have honestly earned and worked for the money that got you to the success that which you have in order to have those options, then by all means, I applaud you, my friend. Again, if you look at some of my earlier episodes, I'm pretty sure I've mentioned about how the younger generation should take lessons from the older generation and take heed to what they actually are saying and actually emulate that behavior moving forward. Okay? It would save you a whole hell of a lot of headaches, a whole hell of a lot of time, if they just said, okay, previous generations already been there, great, awesome, what do they have to say? Okay, I'm not going to make that mistake, beautiful, end of story, move forward, we're more advanced for it. And that's what it comes down to. But no, the younger generations figured they got it all figured out, right? They figured they know what they're doing. They have no clue, and they think they have the answers, but okay. It is what it is. I tell ya. So, I have learned to bite my tongue and not laugh at my daughter as much as I want to. because it is quite ridiculous. But it is what it is. You know, that's the way she wants to dress. It's the way she wants to be. She'll figure it out eventually, as I've been told. She'll figure it out. In closing, I'm going to say this. I was always wishing, and I love her to pieces, don't get me wrong, and I'm proud of what she's done. But I was hoping she would have been, that weird girl in the movies back in the 80s that basically was the rebel that basically did her own thing and didn't give in to all the popularity bullshit. And she ended up being very successful and smarter than everybody else. I was kind of hoping my daughter would have been like that and didn't become a freaking Barbie doll. Instead, no, she became a Barbie doll. She became a Barbie doll to basically, you know, fit into the fashions, do all that stuff, fall for the trends, get into the stupid rap crap music, which isn't even rap these days. I don't even fucking know what you call it. But, it's funny because on one hand, she has good taste in music. On the other hand, it's just the worst friggin' shit ever that I have to put my headphones on because I can't stand listening to. Like, it's just that bad. That kind of music, right? Just so bad that it makes your ears bleed. You know? But I guess it's just a matter of trying to figure out who you are, right? Figure out who you are. Go for it. Try to figure out the magical solution. Oh, I tell you. But no, I was always hoping she would have been that rebel, like you see in those 80s movies and stuff like that. But she never became that. Or maybe even a tomboy. Never became that. No, she became a fashionista, schmista, whatever, and fell into that trap, unfortunately, that women do. And as much as you hope that they wouldn't fall into that trap because of all the headache and pain that comes along with it, even the best of minds, I find, tend to actually fall into that. My first girl I ever had a thing for, fell into that trap. Unfortunately. And, she was original. I loved her for it. She was original. She was classy. She was everything, And the thing is that she decided that she was going to fall for the bullshit. Fall for the Barbie show, the Barbie doll show. Fall for all that crap because of peer pressure. And I never wanted my daughter to fall for the peer pressure. Unfortunately, there's only so much you can control. You gotta let your kids figure it out for themselves. Peer pressure sucks. Feeling like you have to keep up with the Joneses. Grass is always greener on the other side. All that bullshit. I don't think anybody should follow that for that. I'll admit, early in my years, I fell for that, and I was just like, you know what, this is bullshit. When I came to high school for the first year, I was still falling into that trap, and then I said, fuck this. I'm going to be myself. I'm going to walk my own path. I'm going to make my own trends. I'm going to be my own fashion setter. And I was. And I loved me for it. I was like, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Fucking idiot. And I was my own fashion setter. I didn't fucking listen to anybody else. I didn't walk anybody else's walk. I did what I was going to do because that was the way I was going to do it. And I was happy for it. I wouldn't have changed a thing at all. Those fashion trends and everything else were just fucking awesome. They were great for me. I was happy with them. End of story. And I walked my own walk. I talked my own talk. And I was better for it. And I wouldn't change it for a word. I wouldn't change it for anything. And I'm hoping my kid figures it out too. I really am. I'm hoping she figures it out too. I'm hoping she wakes up one morning and goes, you know what? This isn't practical. Why am I putting myself through this? Why am I going through all these fashion things? Why am I doing all this crap? It doesn't make sense. And possibly decides that, okay, I'm going to wake up tomorrow morning, and I'm going to wake up this morning, and I'm going to do my own thing. I'm going to wear my hair the way I want to wear my hair. I'm going to wear the clothes that I want to wear. That's basically it. That's what I'm going to do. And I hope she does that and stops feeling the pressure of feeling friggin' sucked into all this stuff, you know? I don't want her to feel that pressure being sucked in. I don't want her to feel that she has to do certain things, you know? She shouldn't have to feel that way. She should just walk her own walk. Stop trying to be fucking fashionable. You know what? That's the way she should do it. Stop feeling fashionable. Stop feeling a need to be fashionable. Stop being sucked into FOMO. You know? Don't do this to yourself. It's not worth it. It really isn't worth it. Anyways, that's it for today. That's all I got to say. Love you for it. Thanks for tuning in. I'm your host, Matt Morgan. You've listened to another episode of Car Musings. I hope it was informative. I know I went to the 30-minute mark, but sometimes I just get on a tangent. But you know what? You just have to do what you got to do. Be your own self. Walk your own walk. And hey, keep your integrity in check if you do anything else. I'm your host, Mad Morgan. Please check themadmorgan.com. Themadmorgan.com. Check it out for all information, this, that, and everything else. I love you for it. Have a good one, and I will see you next episode. Bye for now.